haven't got my box form all together, so I'll show you how I'm going to put on the top row of pipe cleaners here. I had to go to an 18-inch ring because my sign's so large. And we're going to make, I've got all my stuff kind of everywhere. Tonight we're going to make this sign. That's going to be our sign, and it's pretty good size. Anyway, this is going to take our whole ring up. That's why I went to the 18-inch box form rather than a 15-inch work form. So we're just making this. I have lots of these forms, so we're just going to make them tonight, or use one of those tonight. And then I just cut these, so I'll show you what we're using for our ribbon tails. We are going to use these trees with this red and green dot. And believe it or not, tonight I picked it all out by myself, so this is the tree ribbon. And then we're going to use this Merry Christmas ribbon with this green with red dot. And we'll do that, we'll put that in every tie and alternate the different two. And then we'll be using red foil mesh, try and see if you can see it. And we'll be doing 12-inch puffs. And then we'll be doing 20-inch green, emerald green foil ruffles in every other tie. And then, stuck to me, green and white curls in every other tie. So we have three of these little trucks. These were the only trucks I could find this year at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to turn my back camera on now. I conferred with my designer, Laura. On an 18-inch box form, you want to put on your pipe cleaners 5 inches apart. It'll give you 10 on the bottom, and then we're going to put some on the top. Because I want to put them on this top, this upper ring. And what I do is, I don't know if you all can see this or not, I just go around 2 rings at one time and fold my pipe cleaner over so that the ends are meeting. And I want it to come up on this second from the bottom ring. So I'm just going to put it in there, and I'm going to put 8 of them up here on the top. And then we're going to put our poofs on. This one more down here. So anyway, on a better day, we would probably be more logical about this and measure these out. But tonight, we're just going to wing it. And like I said, the first step we're going to do after we get these on is we are going to do 12-inch poofs on both the top and the bottom, because we have now made this more like a form from, say, Sims Pottery or Carolina Pottery with 10 on the bottom and 8 on the top. It's not a raised form, but 12-inch poofs will help with each roller. And I have started a new group. I have a paid monthly group. It's called Owls Tech Talk. And what I do in that group is I will help you out with getting your social media set up and how to optimize them so they're best for your business and to get the most out of them. This one I don't need. So I have over here, I'll show you, I have my homemade roller that Michael made me. I had that before Susie came out with her Ultimate, but she has a beautiful Ultimate roller on her site, Susie's Wreaths and Things. So to get started, we're just going to gather up our mesh, making sure the outsides stay out. And I'm going to take it, and I'm going to cut this tail off, so we're going to put it through our, and I'm using a short roll here because I want to use this one up. Okay. We're going to lay it through here, and I just lost what I had. And then I have a zip tie. I'm going to put that around the ring right before the tie on the bottom ring. And I'm going to zip tie that down. so that it will hold our mesh for us. Maybe, if my hands will cooperate. Cold weather is not good on my hands and things, guys. But that's alright. So I can do it. It just takes me a little bit longer, and I do it just a little bit different. Now we're going to get this started. And over here I have my magic grippers. I use these to hold my zip ties because I can't grip them. And I'm just going to pull that just as tight as I can. And I want to slip it towards the inside there so it won't be out and smacking people's doors and things. And I'm just going to clip it off right at the knob. And I'm going to take these scissors and I'm going to trim this tail. And it's cut like that because from the last time I did poofs. I'll just throw that portion away. And because I do have the issue with chronic carpal tunnel, I'm going to do the new thing that they were talking about. And I'm not going to pull it with my hand because my hand doesn't like to do that. I'm going to put it on where I want it attached, and then it'll go down to, let's see, to the 5. That would be 12. And then I'm just going to take and making sure the edges stay out because your poof won't poof right. I'm just going to gather it up in my hand at the 5. And then I'm just going to go to my next tie, place it down in there, and twist it off one good time. And this is red foil mesh, 21 inch. And I'm assuming that I probably got it at Joann's last season. You just want to make sure that's tied off good. And then you can poof out your poofs. Let's see if I can do this. I'm not a big poofer. I'm just kind of do poofs once in a while. So we're going to take that down here to our 5. Roll it down a little bit. And then push this out. I don't know how long this one roll will last. That's why I have another roll over here on my roller, so that we can just start again. Because you can, I don't want to start a different roll if I can use this one up. Because I have a lot of like partial rolls. And then you just kind of want to make sure they're poofed out. This is kind of a basic mesh, so it is thinner. So, but once we get everything on it, it's not going to matter. You can use your basic mesh for your poofs and your curls, actually. I like to use a thicker mesh if I'm going to do ruffles or so forth, but basic mesh works. For everything else, I feel. Alright, now we're around the bottom of the ring, so we're going to transfer. I don't like to cut, so we're going to just transfer up to the top. And to do that, what I'm going to do is just grab a piece, grab this, I'm going to pull it on my mesh roller a little bit. Ooh. And we're going to, I'm going to pull it a little bit to the left because there's a tie right here. So I'm going to pull it a little to the left of that tie, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to zip tie it. And you know, I think I'm going to have to get him to get me one more zip tie. But he took his headphones off, so we'll be okay. Make sure I pull that good and tight. Put that all off. And now we're going to go around the top. If everybody could remember to like and share, I would appreciate it. Also, if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, I'm going to show, here in a minute, I'll move it back and show you the poofs that we got. I've got to hold it here so I can get the zip tie on. That last one broke on me. I'm using the ones I got for Unique in the Creek, so they're only 18-pound strength, and believe it or not, sometimes my weak little arms can actually break them. Kind of different, but it kind of surprises me every time it happens. So. I have noticed that a bunch of these. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, that's why I can't wait to move this. I was thinking that it was just because I had it pulled towards me. I'm so sorry. I accidentally, the thing is kind of jimmy rigged. It's on a back scratcher hanging on a shelf. And so it's my own unique setup because I don't have it on a tripod. And we were trying to figure out how to do it for the best back angle. And that's why I said I want to rearrange the furniture, because that's a small spot and I would like to get it set up so it's better. And you just have to work with these poofs right here where you put it together so your poofs will cover. And as we get more stuff on here and get it filled up, it'll be fine. So anyway, here's our poofs, 12 inches with 21-inch mesh. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, in every other tie, I have cut 25-inch emerald green mesh. I'm going to make ruffles. And I'm going to use the convenient holder of the cable remote to help keep it down. And you just get your fingers right in the middle and you lock it up. What I like about using the foil mesh is I can follow the line so I don't get off center, so my ruffles don't get all cockeyed, because I can make cockeyed ruffles. And you can just walk them back with your fingers and stuff, but just easier if you've got that line there in the center. And mine are a little different because of my grip. And we're just going to start here on the bottom. I'm going to put this green ruffle in here, and I'm not going to open the tie. I'm just going to take the tie and tie it around it. I used a full pipe cleaner. Some people use a half, but I used a full because I don't like to open my ties. Because with my grip, I tend to let things fly away. So then I'm redoing it, double doing. I don't like to take and double do. So we're just going to spread that ruffle out nice and neat. We're going to miss this ruffle, and we're going to go to this one. And once again, in case you're new watching me and you don't know, I do have a very small table. It's a 2x4, and that's where I do all my work. We have a very small, an 11x17 room that we live in. Well, that's our living room, and craft room, and man cave. And then we have our bedroom, which is full of wreaths and flowers because that's where I store them. So you'll see me moving things around quite a bit. I don't have the luxury of the large areas like some of the people do. But someday I'm gonna have a whole room that's just mine. And I have a mistake here, so we're gonna do it again. Michael has a whole room that's just his, Will, and we're all gonna be happy because right now I'm sharing my craft room with him, which used to be his fish room. And he finally just put a tank back in here. We had 25 tanks in this room when we lived upstairs. I have a split level. My daughter and her husband and my grandson live upstairs, which is kind of amazing that you don't hear Raider tonight. I don't know. He must be eating or something because he's not even doing his cardios. Usually he's jumping all over the floor. So that's pretty unique. So I have this room, and then I have half of the garage for my storage of my wreaths and supplies. So that's why we're getting ready to box up all of our Christmas and get it out there and get into our spring and Easter, Valentine's, and St. Patrick's Day. We kind of have to rotate things around. I wish I had a room that I could just leave it out all year long, but I don't. Guys, Susie Brown is the inventor of the Ultimate Mesh Roller. And she has 3 different mesh rollers and a Christmas paper holder. Is it paper? Christmas Buddy? And I don't remember what her Christmas wrap holder is, but she has a collapsible 3-tier, a regular stand-up 3-tier, and then a 1-tier on her mesh rollers. And then she has I can't think. And then she has the gift bag. Yes, you did. Is Gift Buddy or Wrap Buddy or I can't Gift Wrap Buddy? Is that a 2-tier or is that a 3-tier? So I just made these bundles. Took 1 roll of 10-inch 10 by 10 white and 1 roll of 10 by 10. The white's got it's like I don't want to say illuminated. Ah, it's extra long. I knew it was something. Anyway, iridescent. That's the word I was looking for. Anyway, 2 of those, rolled them, and then Michael put the pipe cleaner on the middle for me. And I'm just going to take, and everywhere we have an empty pipe cleaner on here, if I can find them. I am just going to take this, and I could trim off this excess, maybe. I lost my wire snippers over there. I'm just going to trim off the excess of this wire snip, or you could use this part to put it on the ends of this to put it on your form, but I think I'm just going to stick it right down in the zip tie. Find that part of it. I'm just going to take it, because I thought, well, the sign is red and white with a little green, so I'll just use red, green, and white. This will give it just a little pop. I'm going to tie it down pretty good. I know I've got ribbon to put in there, but that one's kind of short. And you just kind of got to shape them the way you want. I'm not the best at the roll thing, guys. And these kind of are frayed, so I'm just going to take my snippers and snip away. These are easier on my hands. That's why I use them. I yell at Laura all the time because she has snippers and she doesn't really use them. She uses her scissors. It's whatever you like. You can always snip up afterwards too. I forgot where I put them. Ryder was playing with these while ago. I'm like, don't run off with those, dude. Just like trying to run away with them down here. I was like, no, no, no. Nemo needs earth. Sometimes it's easier to trim them up before you put them on as opposed to waiting until after. I don't know. Some people like fray, some people don't. Might be why I didn't hear you, huh? So I got to think about this, guys, because I'm getting myself all confused, or as I like to say, because I'm here in Nebraska, cornfused. Don't like the way that dovetail looks. So there. I'm going to redo that. Sometimes when I'm doing more than one ribbon at a time, they kind of get cockeyed, and I don't get them cut kind of the way I want them. So anyway, so is everybody done with their Christmas wreaths, or are people still making Christmas wreaths for the next week or so? Because the chart really says, I see that, the chart really says that you should be done, sorry guys, that you should be done with your Christmas now, I think. I think it says we should already be in spring and Valentine's. I haven't really looked at it. I have the one that came from, it's a Southern Charms Wreath. Julie Samakowitz has one that she printed and put out. So better get some. I'm going to cut this rope off because I really don't need this rope. I'll save that for some other time. I really should try to take it off, hey? Alright, so what I'm going to do is he got me some of these, I don't like to, I mean, I do use these. It doesn't bother me that much, but I would rather not. You never know. Anyway, I'm going to put JB Weld underneath them. Now this is going to have to sit for a minute. That's why I went ahead and decided to do this. I was going to do it earlier and then I forgot. Could do it with hot glue, but my experience is, especially if it goes on my door, because my door faces south and gets sun all day long, anything glue will melt off. Even in fact, it becomes quite hazardous to touch my screen door or the wreath board or the wreath, because everything on it is like totally scalding. And that's even when it was like a 20-degree day out. So I'm going to let those dry for a little bit, and I'm going down in here and drag some stuff out, because I got buried stuff in here. I had actually forgot I had all this stuff, and then when I was cleaning up, I actually had like 3 wreath kits made up for myself. I make myself little wreath kits, so because of space, time, and location. So I don't really think I like these trees. And look, Laura, I bought them and made sure all of them came in 3s. Did you see that? These actually are in the Halloween etching. They're kind of plasticky and they're kind of limey, and I don't think I want those. I think these are too little for this great big one. So I think I'm going to use these trees. And then I got these little trucks. This one says Family, Faith, and Friends. And this one says there's no place, whoops, sorry. There's no place like home. There you go. Still didn't get it. And this one doesn't say anything, but this was the selection. This was the only thing my Hobby Lobby had. These are pretty firm. I'm using JB Weld under there. And JB Weld does not take too long to dry. It's a little bit longer than the DAP Rapid. I'm going to try Laura's method of. And I'm just putting these in through the little things, guys, and connecting them. They may fall off, but I will get my staple gun, and Sean comes home Saturday, so I don't even know why it got taken down there. Ah! Yeah, it wasn't dry yet. That's okay. We'll just let it dry some more. I know. I'm gonna hear it. I got mine from there in the Wreath store Saturday. So I needed burlap for a custom order, and then so I can make the custom wreaths, but I thought I'd rather. I'm not that quick with burlap either. I do a pull through. I don't cut it. I do pull through. And the horn's going. Well, they're not seeing you really. I gotta lift it up. No, I know, but I'm not lifting it to your face. No, I'm not lifting it to your face. Trust me. He's backing away. All right. Can you? No. Take this one right here.
Got it.
Hold still. I don't want you taking it too far. And then, okay, just you gotta put it around one of the bars.
I did.
Okay, now here's this one here.
Okay.
Uh-oh, wait. No. Hang on. Oh, okay. See, this everybody should have a Michael.
How's that?
Thank you. I think I got that at Sam's. I don't know. I want you to take this one in my hand, though.
Okay, well, I got it started in it. So it's not going on. Okay.
See the one in my hand?
Yep.
Look down here.
Got it.
You can't pull them too tight because these things might come off. So. And then this one should be through there somewhere. This is a two-man job, you guys. I'm not going to worry about it too much until I get my staple gun to put the things back on there, right? But this will help us a little bit because then we can decide where we want our other items. So, I'm going to do this tree different. This is the one that says family, friend, faith, and friends. It's like, yeah, and I'm going to probably put some glue on there, but I'm going to wire it back here. That way, if the glue comes undone, then it won't, like, fall to the floor. I think that's best. What do you think? And I'm just twisting my wire back here to hold that tree. This isn't going to work for me, so we're going to clip this off. I promise I'll be done in a few minutes. I promise. Oh, I don't like the fact. You know what? I don't like the way these, because they're little, they get sunk in. So I've got another idea. I wonder. We're gonna try it, dudes. I don't like the fact that you can't see the trucks in the mesh because they're little, you know? That irritates me because they're cute. So I'm going to do something just a little on the outside the box. I'm using hot glue right now. Now I might go back and use E6000 or I really like JB Well. And so go put some of that on it too. But for now, this is what we're doing. I'm just going to hot glue. I'm just going to put one there. And I'm going to put one there. Because you can't see these little trucks in the mesh. I hope you can... Well, I'm looking at the thing. They're really small, but this is all I could find. All I could find in town. And there were only like 4 of them then. So guess what? I'm faking it. And this is how I'm doing it. That's my wreath for tonight, and you saw it, and I'll show it to you again. So here it is, guys, and I don't normally make them like this. Let me tell you, like I said, I will end up putting this stuff up here like this, shoring it up better when I get my. I'm not real sure about those ties either, the cable mount ties. So I am going to get my staple gun back and staple pipe cleaners on the back there and make sure I shore that up, or wire. And make sure I shore that up real good. But thank you guys tonight for attending. I appreciate it. Have a great evening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.